Ready. And action. Do you like spaghetti? Yes, I do. I do too. I do too. Do you like spaghetti? Yes, I do. I like spaghetti too. Boom, boom. Welcome, one and all, to another fine day here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College. It's time for another bookgasm. Yay! And if you know anything about old man Singingeagle, he's nuts for books. And every time I get books in the mail, I go crazy. Oh, yes. Books, beautiful books. Let's see what we got, shall we? Oh, goody gumdrops. Can't wait. Hope I don't cut my book. All right. Yes, it's probably some more native literature. Let's see what it is. What do I have here? Old School Indian, a novel by Aaron John Curtis. I wonder who Aaron John Curtis is. Let's see. Is he? Aaron John Curtis is an enrolled member of the St. Regis Mohawk tribe, which he'll tell you is the white name for the American side of the Akwesnas. I can't even say it. Akwesasni. Aaron has judged for the Center for Fiction First Novel Prize, the Southern Independent Booksellers Alliance prizes, the 2019 Kirkus Prize for Nonfiction, and the 2021 National Book Award for Nonfiction since 2004. Aaron has been quartermaster at Books and Books, Miami's largest independent bookstore. He lives in Miami. Oh, goody, old school Indian, a novel. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Used to be property of Seattle Public Library. When did this book come out? Let's find out, shall we? 2025. It only what? This book's only a year old, and the library said, "Nah, we don't want it." Let's see what it says here. With its profound exploration of identity, language, and cultural survival, Old School Indian commands attention. Through the vivid and deeply human lives of a Mohawk family, Curtis weaves a narrative that insists we listen closely and engage deeply. Abe Jacobs is Kanian Kekaka from Akwesasne, or as the white people say, a Mohawk Indian from the St. Regis tribe. At 18, Abe left the reservation where he was raised and never looked back. Sounds familiar. Never mind, focus. Now 43, Abe is suffering from a rare disease, one his doctors in Miami will believe will kill him, running from his diagnosis and a failing marriage. Abe returns to the res, where he's persuaded to undergo a healing at the hands of his great uncle Budge. But Budge, a wry, recovered alcoholic prone to wearing punk t shirts, isn't all that convincing. And Abe's time off the res has made him a thorough skeptic. To heal, Abe will undertake a revolutionary journey, confronting parts of himself he's hidden ever since he left home, and learning to cultivate hope even at his darkest hour. Delivered with crackling wit, Old School Indian is a striking exploration of the power and secrets of family, the capacity for healing and catharsis, and the ripple effects of history and culture. Ooh, dedicated to my family, he writes. I'm going to skip through all the notes. Oh, it says here how to pronounce the word. No, it doesn't show how to pronounce Kainian Kekaha. Oh well. Says here he promises he will gut that particular fish later. When the turtle collapses, the world ends. Never mind, let's read Akwesasne 2016. Abe stands on the shaggy living room rug of his great uncle's trailer, shoes off, stripped to the waist. The coffee table has been pushed aside to make room, but Abe feels like he could reach out and touch both wood paneled walls. There's a record player on top of an audio cabinet in one corner with extra records leaning against the side. A tall bookcase to the left of the hallway, which leads back to the bathroom and bedroom, overflows with mass market thrillers. Books, which Abe, after years as a bookseller, thinks of as dreaming up new and interesting ways to kill people. Lit on generous day or dick lit when he's feeling especially judgy, which hasn't stopped him from enjoying the genre himself from time to time. With the curtains drawn, the only light comes from the cloudy fluorescent drop ceiling in Budge's kitchen. A small wood burning stove sits in the middle of the fading linoleum, propped up on loose bricks. Abe assumes it was lit the night before because it's still putting forth warmth. Here, get comfy. Uncle Budge pulls two of the cushions from the seat of his couch. He passes one to Abe before dropping the second one on the floor by his own feet. Abe's heart sinks and starts beating fast. It's where he's here. It's what he's here for after all, some sort of massage. But now that it's about to happen, he feels the idea of an elder touching him a little creepy. Abe sees a dusty outline of crumbs and stray hairs where the cushions were, a scattering of coins in the empty space. Beneath the pleasant smell of the wood stove, Abe can make out artificial lemon and, even more faintly, bleach. So he knows parts of the trailer are clean, but it's likely been a good long while since his great uncle has plugged in a vacuum. Abe is probably standing on chip crumbles, half moons of toenails, and who the hell knows what else. He drops the cushion down and sits on it, crossing his legs to keep his feet off the rug. His great uncle Budge eases into a kneeling position on his own cushion, releasing a fart in the process. Oop! Barking spider, Budge says, chuckling to himself. Budge is supposed to be what the res calls a holy man. It's 2016. Mohawks are more interested in tourist dollars than spirituality. But no worry, here comes the leathery skinned, barrel chested, big bellied Budge Billings to smite colonialism with his healing hands. I'm going to stop it there. We just painted a scene. We're looking at the setting is 2016 on the res. Akwesasne res, the Mohawk res, which is probably on the border of the US and Canada, somewhere on the East Coast. Maybe New York or the other state. I can't remember. What is that? Maine? Oh, there's a map right there. We got Delaware, New Hampshire, and Maine and New York. So maybe up there somewhere. That is the book, Old School Indian, a novel by John Curtis. Yay! All right, what else we got? Man, I'm just yakking away. Oh man, I got another coupon. I don't care about these coupons because they're traps. It says here you get what? 40% off DoorDash. Nope, no thanks. 20% off Chewy. No thanks. I used to drive trucks and I refuse to deliver for those guys. Harry's Plus Shaving Kit Starter Set, $10 off. No thanks. They're all traps. It's a trap! So I'm throwing these out. Don't care. Don't need them. If anybody else wants them, I won't throw them in the garbage. I'll just stick them in the student lounge over there. or the TV lounge. Next, what else do we have? Another book that I haven't even opened up yet. Oh, goody, 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 cool. Oh boy, oh joy. Gimme, 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 gimme. What is it? Ah, get out, get out, out. Richard Van Camp, Beast. Wonder what tribe he is. Northwest Territories. Oh, I wonder if he's from what's that tribe up there called? Not Northern Cree. Ooh, Richard Van Camp, Beast, Douglas McIntyre, Moccasin Square Garden short stories. Ooh, let's see if it says anything about. There's no jacket to this book, so I have to kind of guess and see if there's anything on here that talks about the author. Here it is. A recipient of the Order of the Northwest Territories of Canada, Richard Van Camp is a proud Dene. Oh, he's Dene from Fort Smith, Northwest Territory. He's the author of 30 books. By the way, Dene is one of those tribes way up there, and they speak a similar, almost mutually intelligible language with the Navajo, who also call themselves Dene. That's cool how that worked out, huh? All right, so he's from Canada. He's Dene, Fort Smith, Northwest Territories. He's the author of 30 books. His novel, The Lesser Blessed, was made into a feature film by First Generation Films. His collection of short stories, Moccasin Square Gardens, 2019, won both Code Bird Award for First Nations, Inuit, and Métis Young Adult Literature and a 2020 Alberta Book Award. You can visit Richard on Facebook, Twitter, I'm not going to call it X, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and at his official website, www.richardvancamp.com. Awesome! Oh, that's a good book, too. Oh, man, I hope I am whetting your appetites to want to read. Let's do another one. I got one last book. Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. All right, how do I open this? This is probably the worst book. I'm going to do this without chopping it up, cutting it. Ooh, I need to connect with these new authors that I've never met before. I know all these really old guys, and most of them are passing away because they're like a few years older than I, and I was pretty much raised with all these older authors. This is not working. Or raised reading them, and we got a new batch of younger generation authors, and I haven't met these guys yet. It's still not opening. There's got to be an easier way to do this. I'm going to do it this way then. And again, try not to cut the book. Who packed this? This is ridiculous. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Yes! It's a little skinny book called A Glassful of Prayer by Antony Ceballos. Doesn't Ceballos mean horses? I don't know. Antony Ceballos poems. Oh, it's a poetry book. Says here, Antony Ceballos' work has been published in Yellow Medicine Review, Waterstone Review, Queer Voices, Poetry, Prose, and Pride, and the anthology Another Last Call, Poems on Addiction and Deliverance. A fellow in two Indigenous Nations Poets Retreats, Ceballos is an alumni of the Loft Literary Center's Mentor Series program, the Hamlin University Bachelor of Fine Arts program, and the Randolph University Master of Fine Arts program. He is a first-generation descendant of the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe and lives and writes in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Gee, I wonder if he is part of that wonderful, what do you want to call it, protests that have been going on lately. Oh, goody. Well, let me show you this. Here's the book. Glassful of Prayer. And here's what he looks like. Alright, so this is poetry. And you probably already know how I feel about poetry. I'm not a fan, but every once in a while something jumps out at me. This first poem is called Sing. So let's read the first poem. It came down the road one night. It came over the water, across the sky. It came in a needle, it poured from a bottle. Along the shore I found a shell, held it to my ear, and yes, I could hear it there. My mother's voice was not her own, but a moth's that sang a tuneless lullaby. It tore leaves from the trees, left them scattered on the road, cold cement. Everything was ice, frozen in the middle of a second, and all the sparrows and doves began to fall away from heaven. Should our heavens be as I stood where the road reaches water, as it shrouded earth in an endless squall, and I sang for the sun I could not find. I sang for my mother a gentle lullaby. I sang for the sparrow and the dove. I sang for the sky, sang for the shore, the trees, and all their scattered leaves. I sang until I could sing no more. Well, that's nice. Hmm. I'm just gonna jump into any old poem. Oh, look, there's some sonnets. Ooh, scattered poem. Oh man, there's a poem called Hair. That just randomly picked that. Hair. When I first cut off my long dark mane back in 2012, I wanted the world to see the man I never had growing up. Rough boy, angular features, never taught how to throw a punch. Warrior, soldier, someone who would have made my uncles proud. Cowboy, that would have brought my father back from the dead. Taken the vodka from his veins, poured it back into the bottle, screwed that cap on tight, and tossed the bottle away from us. That's what I wanted when I chopped my long dark mane. Clean cut, straight lines, fresh portrait. When my hair met my eyes, I still felt like a boy, not quite a man, but a shaggy fella who was afraid if you looked him in the eye, you'd see all he despised about himself. Regrets, failures, broken bottles, and arguments with other gay boys he told himself he loved, told him it was love for who could resist the charm of an early 20s mop top bruised ego, one way trip to sanitarium cranium cracked, held by protein skull stitched together. When my hair fell past my chin, I think I forgot about being a boy or a man. David Bowie on repeat, intrigue of in between, not quite male, not quite female, silhouette of androgyny, thrill of other men not to be able to make heads or tails, back or front of this unfathomable subject, walking too close to their body, with their temple, their church, their heteronormative Jesus, with a fantasy to grip to pull midnight's river cascading from my head, maybe solve their own mysteries, quell their own securities. Sent to the embrace of a man who told me I was only my hair, made me something desirable, not a word or whisper nor love, without exception, all tossed at a wall and dropped from ghosts' hands, but I but an image I cast, and the rest junk food found damaged at a goodwill, caked in dust, lovable from a distance if you squint your eyes enough. Still, I let my hair grow past my shoulders, thought I could wrap each strand around his body, keep him at my side. But I woke in the middle of the night, gasping for air, frayed, split. And when my hair got to my chest, I sat next to my mother in a sanitized doctor's office, gripping those strands between my fingers, hearing words like lymph nodes, survival rates, remove the colon, life drained from the room through the vents, light switch, crack beneath the door, and I thought my mother months later, would let her own hair fall before her sickness fell. Ojibwe woman, no reflection, head wrapped in scarves. Decay, I imagine grabbing the scissors on the desk, chopping off my long dark mane, sacrifice to any god, buzzing in the fluorescent lights overhead. Okay, that's enough. Ooh, that was hard to read because I'm also a breast cancer widower. That is, I was married before, and the cute little girl got breast cancer, and I got to hold her in my arms as she passed away. But we don't need to go there right now. I've already spoken for 31 minutes and 8 seconds. We're going to knock it off there, and I thank you so much for your kind indulgence. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.